Snef. Who's this majestic guy?
This, dear viewer, is Frederick. He's a greater stag beetle that I caught in the cute and cozy game, Kabuto Park. But make no mistake, beneath his veneer of elegance lies a fierce, bloodthirsty warrior, who'll lend us his power as we fight through the brutal Beetle Battle Summer Tournament, where we either destroy or get destroyed by small children. You know, stuff we all do on a day-to-day basis. But that's not all. Today we'll be attempting to beat Kabuto Park's most challenging challenge to date, the Challenger Challenge. Who wrote this fucking script? I did, just as I invented this challenge. You see, there's this achievement in Kabuto Park called Challenger. Win a battle with fewer bugs than your opponent. And that got me thinking, screw one battle. Can we beat the entirety of Kabuto Park always using fewer bugs than our opponent? But before any of that, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say most of you watching probably don't know too much about Kabuto Park, let alone what it means to beat it. So let me break it down for you. Kabuto Park is a game that's all about catching bugs with your trust in it, and then using said bugs to battle your way through the Beetle Battle Summer Tournament. Say that fast 10 times. During the battles, each contestant can bring a team of up to 3 bugs, who then take turns pushing each other around. The first team to push the opposing team out of the ring wins. Each bug comes with 3 different stats. Strength, which determines how fast you push your opponents, defense, which determines how well you can hold, and energy, which determines how fast you charge energy. Energy can be used to play cards, which are abilities ranging from knockbacks to stat buffs. Each bug comes with 3 different cards, of which you can draw a total of 3 at any given time. Finally, the game takes place in August and uses a calendar system like other comparable games, such as Persona 4. To proceed to the next day, we first gotta beat that day's opponent, which means we effectively have 30 battles to get through. There is a bit more nuance to it than that, which we'll get into later, but that explanation should suffice for now. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Hey you, you're finally awake. Tried to cross the border into Kabuto Park, did you? This is Midori. She might not look the part, but she's actually the main antagonist of Kabuto Park, and she just so happens to be our first opponent in the tournament. Her team consists of 2 bugs, meaning we can only use 1 bug ourselves. That's where our pal Frederick comes in handy. You see, Frederick is not like other bugs we can catch right now. He's stronger. A lot stronger.
Great! The challenge just started and we're already cheating.
Come on, you gotta have a bit more faith in me than that. It's not technically cheating. If you start a save after playing the demo version of the game, it allows you to transfer 1 bug over to the main game. And it just so happens that Frederick is one of the bugs we can catch there. Keep this 1. And with friends like these, well, let's just say an opponent like Midori is hunky-dory. Get it? Fuck. Okay, maybe going up against an opponent with a combined strength stat about 2.5 times higher than our defense is not the greatest of ideas. And since our opponents always get to push first, I think you see what I'm saying. But we aren't out of it just yet, as the current level cap is level 5. To level bugs up, we need a resource called candy. Believe it or not, the fastest way to get a candy in this game is actually not to disguise yourself as a small child and wait for an unmarked van to show up. Instead, traveling to one of the 4 locales and selling the bugs we catch is the way to go. The catching minigame is simple, but also very satisfying, featuring the tried and true press the button when over the funny color formula. Hitting the green spots catches the bug. Hitting the blue spots makes the subsequent green spots a bit bigger, and hitting a red spot fails to catch. The size of the bug indicates how good its stats are in comparison to other bugs of the same species. If you've ever played the other franchise I can't really remember the name of, you can think of these as IVs, or individual values. On our candy hunt, we add a few new bugs to our arsenal. The rhino beetle, the rainbow beetle, the hoverfly, and the rosemary beetle. Sadly, not all bugs are created equal. If we compare the stats of these guys, we can really see why Frederick is a step above the rest. Or more like an entire staircase. But the stats are not where the differences end. The cards a bug possesses also has a huge impact on its viability. If we compare Frederick to the hoverfly, for example, we can see that while Frederick's energy costs are higher, he at least doesn't have 2 cards that literally don't do anything. This means that for a bug to be viable in this challenge, it needs to have a good stat profile as well as at least usable synergistic cards. Okay, where were we again? Oh, right. I couldn't really concentrate over Frederick getting mauled in the background there. Well, we could actually survive the first hold this time. We get knocked out before we can use Desperate Kick. meaning we probably need to hit the level cap for this to work at all. In the process, we pick up an earth borer beetle, which is probably the best bug we could use right now under normal circumstances, who might come in handy later. But first things first, Midori. Hitting level 5 grants us enough time to play Shatter defenses, which massively reduces the enemy's defense stat. There we go. Okay, nice. First battle done. However, having to hit the level cap on the first fucking battle doesn't really bode all too well for the rest of the challenge. Luckily for us, beating this battle raises the level cap to 10, and allows us to purchase level 2 boots.
What the fuck does level 2 boots mean?
Simply put, upgrading our boots grants us access to a new locale, and in turn, new bugs. There is only one issue with that. We're kinda broke. Which means we have to beat the next battle up against Ash using bugs from the Sunny Farm. Slotting in the Earth Borer Beetle from before gives us a pretty nice stat profile, and having access to a bunch of one-cost cards is a very nice thing, as our energy stat is not that high yet. These things combined mount up to a fairly easy win. You know, Ash is a very topical name for an opponent in this game. Okay, so a bunch... 3 of these guys. What are they called again? I think it's Cerulean Beetle, maybe? Next up is Daisy, whose team consists of 3 Cerulean Schaefers, called Cutie, Lovely and Baby. These blue critters have access to the card Energize, which means this can get scary if we let this go on for long enough. But all this blue doesn't matter if Frederick is seeing red, as a single, perfectly timed Shatter defenses is all we needed to wither this flower. Alright, that's pretty nicely put. Let's see what Snef has to say about this. Okay, get fucked, Daisy. As we head to the shop to spend some money on the boots upgrade, I'm faced with my biggest hurdle yet, actually explaining what the store upgrades do. If we check out the shop a little bit, you can see we can buy... If we check out the shop... God damn. If we take another look at the shop, you can see we can upgrade our boots, which grants access to Calm Lake. We can also upgrade our net, which makes catching bugs a bit easier, the Bugpedia, uncommon and rare bugs appear more often, and the Magnifier. Effectively, this lets us catch 1 more bug per upgrade. We can also buy candies, which is not that useful, you get a lot later on in the game. And we can also buy honey, which makes the capture process a lot, or the bar that moves a lot slower, making it easier to catch rarer bugs. At the start here, we can just upgrade our boots and the Magnifier. I think that's the most effective way of doing this. We can also get a little bit of honey. That shouldn't hurt. I think we should aim to catch all the bugs, just so we have more strategies available to us later on in the game. Our little detour introduces us to 3 new bugs. The Jewel Beetle, who's got some nice buffs and abysmal strength. The Ox Beetle, who has some nice defensive capabilities. And the Honeybee, who's got some nice synergies with other bees. But that doesn't stop me from rocking the same squad we've used up until this point against Poppy. I mean, this looks doable still. The Ladybug is really bad. Should be fine. It's not fine. It's very much not fine. Vastly underestimating how far Small Beetle Kick pushes you when using 3 small bugs. Oh, that hurt. Unfortunately leads to a swift defeat for us. This one isn't offering us too much, because Frederick is not considered a small beetle. So maybe we unselect him and go for the Rosemary Beetle instead, maybe? Luckily, swapping out the Earth Borer Beetle in favor of the Rosemary Beetle immediately turns the tides in our favor. Never mind. After adding the Ruddy Darter, Blue Banded Bee and Cerulean Schaefer to our arsenal, we have enough candy to raise our stats a fair bit. Our strength stat is kinda insane this early on, like 50 higher almost than their team. This, alongside some clutch plays on my end. What? Okay, that's my bad. Holy shit, that's bad. Let's us finally knock Poppy down a peg. Come on. Okay, nice. There we go. Something that's becoming very apparent is that the triple defense debuff that Shatter defenses provide is extremely strong, especially since our strength stat is so high to begin with. As long as we use it correctly, that is. Though that doesn't really matter up against Rudolph's bees over here. Relax is really annoying. While Relax makes it basically impossible for us to push them, their own strength stat is abysmal, making this a fairly simple fight. Okay, nice. The same cannot be said for the next fight though, which just so happens to be the first mirror matchup of this run. Mirror matchups immediately put us at a disadvantage, since our opponent will basically have the same stat profile as us, just with more bugs to round it out. They usually charge energy quicker too. So we head out, recruit a few new bugs to our cause, go over the best strategy for us to use. So let's keep the Rosemary Beetle for now, I think. And power up our guys some more, reaching a respectable strength stat of 170. So let's see how this goes. Let's see what you got, Dorian. Okay, so push. And I think we can just win this now. Desperate kick. Okay, nice. That was a great setup of cards we got there. Perfect setup. Thank you so much for playing my game. Alright, I'll admit, I might have overestimated Dorian a bit there. So I'll keep my next prediction humble, but fair, right? I think we're gonna rock this guy's shit here. Okay, so much for that, I guess. But to be fair, I was right. Bam. Okay, nice. Even if I tried my absolute hardest to throw the fight. Kick and every kick. August 8th rolls around, and our arch nemesis introduces us to the terrarium. These guys are in love now. Having the power of love and friendship on our side is gonna be needed, as our next opponent, Yuna, has a fucking praying mantis on her team. Despite using their buffs at the incorrect time, it's great that they wasted their defense buff on their hold. We still managed to clutch defeat from the jaws of victory. Though to be fair, we got a pretty bad hand dealt to us, so maybe our next attempt will go a bit better. Nope. So that's bad. That's really bad actually. Let's catch some more bugs. Let's cope. Catch some more bugs, and we come back later. Our collectathon continues, and introduces a few new faces to us. The crab stag, the praying mantis ironically, and most importantly, this guy. Ooh, this is a rare one. Rare bugs are going to be extremely important going forward, as they often carry the most powerful cards and the best stats in the entire game, with the downside of being a lot more expensive to power up. Even better is that we find yet another one a few minutes later, further increasing our options. Orchid Mantis. We also managed to find this little guy. Nice. I actually got this one in the first. Nice. Oh, and it's really good too. I actually got the shiny ox beetle in my first save. That's crazy. That's awesome. That's a huge fucking round. Shiny bugs are basically akin to shiny guys from that other franchise I can't remember the name of. They're rare bugs with awesome colors. I don't know the exact rate for getting shinies in this game, but it is a lot more common than in the other franchise. That much is for sure. Other than that, we failed to catch the next rare bug we encounter. Ah, that was stupid. Before heading back to our collection to team build some more. Let's see what we got. We got some more options now. The golden heart, for example. I think this might come in handy. It has some overall good stats. So I say, let's try it out. Unselect golden heart. Done. 218 strength. This might go a bit better. We have the strong kick available to us here. Let's use it now to mitigate their push a little bit. Let's see if we can thwart them off a little bit here. Of course they get hold. Now we have this card though. For our next push maybe? Okay, so now let's rock their shit dude. Okay, that's good. But we can't win for now. A desperate kick seals the deal. Okay, so Luna. Let's see how this goes. I don't think we're gonna need to upgrade here. My ability to predict the outcome of these matches is exactly why I'm banned from participating in horse betting. Anyway, we set out to farm some more candy again, reclaiming the lost Goliath beetle from before. This time, let's not fuck it up. Which then lets us upgrade Frederick to the current level cap, before giving today's battle another shot. At least they used break defenses now. If they don't get any defense buffs here, we might be able to use Beetle Army. Maybe. Okay, this is good. This is pretty much an insta-win actually. Holy shit. I don't like where this is going. Winning sure is a lot easier when it's the other guys wasting their debuffs. Next up is Gaving. Alright. Huh. We actually have the exact same strength stat as their defense stat. That's kinda insane. And bad. When our strength stat is the same, or worse, lower, than our opponent's defense stat, something I like to call the slogging happens, which is where we barely move our opponents at all. This forces us to completely rely on the luck of the draw to make progress, while our opponents can stack up buffs and the like in the meantime. This happening is basically unavoidable at times, since we're always at a stat disadvantage by only using 2 bugs. Can we beat Gavin here? He has a lot of defensive buffs, some kicks. His energy stat is pretty terrible. Let's see how it goes. We won't push him far enough at all, I think, here. But at least we got Beetle Army immediately. So if we survive the next push... I don't think we can do that actually. Use this thing. That's a bit sad. Maybe this is the best we got. That's scary. This one is a bit uninteresting. So this one is a bit of a slog. We can use Beetle Army next time, at least. I hope he doesn't go for that fucking kick though. Let's push him away fast, just in case. Yeah, I thought so. Fucking asshole. I think we win here. And strong kick right at the end. Angry kick. Okay, nice. Jesus Christ, that took like fucking 5 minutes it feels like. But we actually did it. See what I mean? This also shows that getting Beetle Army is not an instant win. As sad as that is to say. August 11th rolls around, and so does the first boss fight of this run, featuring Ivy. Fucking brain rot. Boss fights feature stronger bugs and better team compositions, and it just so happens that this fight in particular is a mirror matchup from hell, as Ivy's team features not one, but both of our bugs. By the looks of it, we're gonna get fucking rocked. This might require a bit of strategizing. An astute observation, live Snef. Does this mean we're gonna have a look at the options available to us? Fielding bugs with good matchups into Ivy's team? Of course it doesn't. I think we might get pushed out in the first hold here, which is terrible. Okay, not even close. I don't think we're gonna reach this one. We just get knocked out here. We didn't pull Anger Kick. That's a bit annoying. But we die here regardless, so... doesn't really matter. Seeing as this strategy is not working out, we take a step back and draft a new team. Is what I would say if I didn't triple down by upgrading the Golden Heart as far as it can go. What can I say? I'm all in. Fuck. Now we have Anger Kick though, so that should help us a little bit. It doesn't? We have to think a bit differently here, I think. Strong Kick. We have to use Strong Kick, I think. Let's use it when they start pushing. Because they have to walk up to us again. This part right here is actually really important, as it's probably the best strategy in the entire game. And it's something that I haven't been utilizing as much as I should have up until this point. Walk up, as I like to call it, simply means we use our knockbacks when it's our turn to hold. This way, the opposing team has to walk up to us again, in order to continue pushing us, providing us with a small moment to catch our breath. Using knockbacks this way allows us to patch up our rough defense stat a little bit. And it also makes it so that our knockbacks don't interfere with our really strong strength buff and defense debuffs. Unfortunately, it doesn't really matter here, but it's gonna be really important going forward. The next two attempts also result in defeat for us, with me pondering over what card Ivy is saving up for, when I have the exact same fucking card in my own hand. Okay, they haven't used any energy yet. Is that for overcharged kick? What are you saving your energy for? Beetle's Army. Okay. Okay, now we have a bunch of fucking kicks. Let's use Strong Kick. As usual. Okay, Shadow Defenses is wasted. Okay, that was a bit greedy. I hope I'm not gonna get knocked out here. If I use Shadow Defenses, we're gonna fucking push them really hard. Okay, nice, that's the luck we were going for. Nice, level 15 bugs. Level 3 boots too. More bugs, more levels. I am Qliphoth. Okay, so that's the first boss done. That feels good. Even if the next boss is harder, we're gonna have more options available to us, so that should help out a little bit. After a bit of trial and error, we actually managed to take down the first boss of this challenge. And trust me, our opponents are only gonna get tougher from here. Except for Robert. Punk. But we're getting ahead of ourselves here. First things first, let's swing by the Pine Forest and forcibly enlist some more bugs to our army. Longicorn. Leaf Beetle. Woolly Schaefer. That's a new one.
Giraffe.
Oh, I was wondering how to catch that for a second. No. Giant Stag. A lot of expensive moves, but they're permanent. I think this might come in handy. Oh. Nice. We're getting a lot of shinies today. That's insane. Great stats too. That's awesome. I think we're gonna have to use this one. This one might actually be usable. With all of these new guys at our side, we should be able to absolutely crush Kadia here. Okay, so listen, we don't need to talk about this one, right, guys? To be fair, we were a bit under level with our guys still being level 10, so force feeding them some candy sealed the deal. Desperate kick. Okay, nice. Colin's bug sports some of the highest defense we've seen so far. Okay, so these guys are gonna be really tanky. We have to be aware of copy actions and copy behavior. But can they stand up to our trump card? What's it called again? Live Snef? The beetle Barmy? That's not it. Regardless, this battle goes pretty well for us. Though they never used copy behavior, so that's probably why. August 15th. We're actually blazing through it right now. I agree, Live Snef. So let's kick back for a bit and try to discover some of the new bugs that have wandered into Kabuto Park. We should probably upgrade our encyclopedia, now that I think about it. Because the rare bugs are probably gonna come in more handy than the smaller or less rare ones. That's a new one. This one is a bit interesting. I don't think we're ever gonna use it, but still. Bumblebee. That might come in handy, actually. But the strength stat is a bit hard to justify. Alright. What am I doing? That's a new one. Let's check out the new bugs here too. Sunburst Beetle. Blue Emperor. Another shiny dude. Oh my god. Okay. Glitter Weevil. That's awesome. 3 shinies in like an hour. That's fucking insane. Okay. That's how we do it. That's an insane find actually. 3 new ones and a shiny at that. Legendary. Glitter Kick. Oh, so that's a shiny one actually. Or a shiny weird thing? What the fuck is this bug? I've never seen this one before, I don't think. That one has to be really rare, right? This one is the only one glittering. Maybe this is the 3rd shiny you get? Or something? Like if you've caught 2 before, you catch 1 more, you get this one? I'm not sure. That's worth checking out. Turns out, the Glitter Weevil here is a bit of an enigma. It was added in the thank you update, with the following listed in the patch notes. Very little information exists around this bug, and the game in general for that matter. But from what I've gathered, it does seem like you need at least 1 other shiny bug for this guy to start appearing. But it's also a lot rarer than the other bugs, so it might just be up to chance too. I don't know. Where were we again? Oh my god, Rudolph, you've been waiting this entire time? I'm so sorry, man. Let me just send you back to hell where you came from and let bygones be bygones, alright? Is that fair? Rudolph has a lot of bees again. These stats synergize pretty well with each other, considering they have backwind, bad weather, and faster together, all in the same deck. Doesn't really matter for much if you never use any wind cards though. Okay, so that works. Need more bees to take me out. After Rudolph's scary bees, it's only fair that we get to face the least scary insect in the animal kingdom, the seal. The puppy of the ocean stands no chance against the wrath of our beetles, meaning we sweep her with ease. Maybe we can almost win here actually. Yeah, I think we just win, okay. That wasn't too bad. But nothing could prepare me for the jump scare that was about to come next. Oh my god. We all know that giraffes are fierce, land-born predators that sustain themselves by consuming the flesh of their human victims. That's common knowledge. What the average person probably doesn't know is that having 3 of them on the same team is even worse, because they can continuously spam random 1-cost buffs. Quickly mind controlling me into using shadow defenses when it's our turn to hold. Why am I using that now? Okay, so that was stupid of me. It's still early in the morning, guys. And the next attempt doesn't go that much better. We can maybe reach... Okay, no we can't. So back to grinding candy we go. Let's go to the pine forest. That's where the bugs are worth the most. If we can catch them, that is. That's a big prerequisite. Not only that, after coming back I also realized that we already had the candy to max out both Frederick and the Golden Heart before even heading there. Oh, maybe I should have checked that one out first. We actually have enough to trade a few more times here. Let's just max them out. Certainly a supreme display of talent on my end. Our newfound increase in stats allows us to save up for Beetle Army, after which we can use an angry kick to swoop in for the kill. Can't win yet though, I don't think. Okay, yes we can. That was by the skin of our teeth. This strategy also works really well against Otis here, even if we almost got fucked over by him playing the attrition card. Adding an extra energy per ability might not seem like a whole lot, it's only a 9% increase on Beetle Army after all, but it's really cumbersome since we're almost always at an energy disadvantage to begin with. Speaking of energy disadvantages, Mia's team sports a whopping 388 energy, which is almost twice the amount that we have. Combine this with some very scary cards in Hold and Push, that one probably immediately kills us, if they reach it. Means we're probably gonna have to switch up our team here. I mean, these guys had a good run, right? But against a team like this, there's no way in hell this is gonna keep working. Huh. Their defense stat was so low. They couldn't tank us for long, thankfully. Okay. This is probably gonna be annoying. But I guess we just try it out. See what happens. They don't push us, we're not gonna push them at all. I think we charge up the Beetle Army. They would like to get to 16 energy, so we can use both of these at the same time. I think that's what we go for here. So Beetle's Army and Shadow Defenses. Oh fuck, okay, that that was so stupid. Luckily we weren't punished at all for it. Oh my god. They pushed us so slow I thought we were pushing there for a second. As August 21st dawns, we're faced with our biggest challenge yet, Satoshi. If you couldn't already tell this was a boss battle from the big ass boss fight text above his head, his team should make it very apparent for you. Each of their stats are encroaching on the 300 mark, and their cards are nothing to scoff at, sporting not 1, but 2 overcharged kicks with Excite, Grow and Harden to round it all out. It's at this point the differences in our stats really start to show, as we don't have any meaningful counterplay to their fast energy generation, and they're charging up to 10 to just kill us immediately. Okay, so now we have to go for strong kick instead, just as they stop pushing. But they're charging for overcharge kick again, meaning we just immediately die. Who knew counting to 10 could be so strong? For once I actually know when to quit, meaning it's time for a new, more dazzling strategy. I mean, what shiny bugs do we got? Should we try the shiny strat actually? You know what? Let's go for it. There's only one issue with this. We're fucking broke. So to the pine forest we go. Okay, Luna Moth. nice. Rosy maple moth. I don't know if you've seen one of those, but they look amazing. Definitely a top 5 bug at least. Alright, okay, that's a nice one. Okay, that was not that good. Okay, I'm washed. I'm completely washed. That's a new one. Let's upgrade you some more. Let's upgrade you some more. One more candy. Okay, so now we got enough to power all of these guys up to level 15. Both of them. But our stats are not as good as I'd like, honestly. We have no attack, not that much defense. Hopefully our skills are enough. Oh. Come on. Oh. They were not. Even though our cards are pretty good, glitter charging especially, we simply don't have the stats to back them up yet. This means we face the same issue as before, not being able to stack up enough before getting one shot by overcharged kick. This ordeal has left me pretty angry, let me tell ya. Bloodthirsty, even. Yes, I know what time it is, baby. Yes, 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 say it. Operation Giraffe is a fucking go. We just need another one. Yeah, that's true. A good one at that. That's a giraffe right there, dude. Get him. Fucking get his ass. Get his ass. Nice, 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 nice. And you're going to the moon. Yeah. You stop to the moon, you stop. This doesn't look too good. Don't be that. Let's be a bit higher. Let's try it out. It'll be fine. Come on. You gotta believe, man. You gotta believe. Believe in the giraffes. Giraffe, 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 giraffe. I don't really know what I expected here. Oh my god. But it did lead to a major realization, for what it's worth. Okay, so this doesn't work. I think we can only use the legendary bugs. Maybe. Or the bugs with, like, super high stats that complement each other. Because this is not gonna work. The thing about only having 2 bugs is that we're always at a pretty major stat disadvantage. Which unfortunately seems to mean that we're limited to basically only using rare and uncommon bugs. Especially for the harder fights. Using my newfound sage-like insight, I set out to craft a new team consisting of the giant stag and the oak tree hopper. Using these 2 specific bugs combined, we should be able to... Oh, come on! They're using the exact same guys. Okay, so that's stupid. Probably shouldn't have done that. If we do the giant stag and the golden heart, maybe? We have no sheep moves now, so we need to keep that in mind. Because look at this shit. But now we do have a solid attack stat, or a strength stat, so maybe this can work. You neutralize that, which is a bit shitty for us. It's unfortunate that they got the grow buff there. If we had gotten our defense buff before that, we would have a bit more of an edge at least. Okay, so let's see. I think we are gonna reach Beetle Army to our next push. The problem is, they're gonna use something like that, yeah. We have to use it now, so we get a bit more distance on them. I think we're cooked here though. No, actually we aren't, holy shit. This is annoying. I'm not sure how we're gonna beat this one. Knockback immunity. Give a time as any to use Harden. I think we have to go for Beetle Army here, which we probably should reach. Okay, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, yes! Holy shit. We actually did it. After over 40 minutes of grueling gameplay, we finally managed to bring Satoshi down to his knees, securing the win. This unlocks level 20 bugs, as well as level 4 boots, granting access to the last locale in the game, the Crawler Swamp. I think we just keep going, for as long as it works, you know? I see how it is. Immediately having to eat our own words at least lets us have a good look at all the new bugs available to us in the crawler swamp. Umbrella Rhino. Japanese Rhino. As well as this guy. Blue Emperor. Ooh, okay. I was wondering when we were gonna see this though, because this one is perfect. That actually took a while. We found 3 shinies before a perfect bug. There's not too much to perfect bugs really. They just have the highest possible stats their species can have. Which is great obviously, but seeing how rare they are, they're not really something I'm willing to grind for. Other than that, we managed to pick up a spiny flower mantis. We pick up an atlas. We pick up an emperor moth, a blue carpenter bee, and finally an atlas beetle. There we go, for real this time. Even though the honey tried its best to fuck me over. Before we finally head back to Poppy, with some more juice in our tank. Now our strength stat is insane. You're gonna get your shit rocked, Poppy. Watch this. Anyway, we make another tactical retreat to the swamp, adding the Imperial Tortoise and the Spiny Flower Mantis to our toolkit. Which doesn't do much to help us win here. What the fuck is this defense buff, dude? I'm getting tired of this. Let's bring out the big fucking guns. The Atlas Beetle. The Atlas Beetle has this card called Sheep Kicks, which lowers the cost of our kicks by 1 each time we use it. This synergizes really well with Frederick, turning Poppy into opium in no time. Sheep Kicks. Beetle's Kick. Okay, nice. Not only that, it completely demolishes Gavin. And May. Dunk. There we go. This combo is actually really nice. Until we take a quick break from our scheduled programming for this. There are more shiny bugs around. I guess this is as good a time as any to buy this. See if we can catch some more shinies. Take a quick detour actually. Let's just find all the bugs. We have 1 bug missing here. Is this the one? Think so. Nice. Feels kinda weird now that there are no gimmicks to the catching. The bar is just always there. And a shiny bug. That one actually looks really cool. I like that hoverfly. I can't believe we found both the rare bug we were looking for and a shiny one. Not only on the same trip, but on the first fucking one as well. And not only that, we find another fucking shiny bug on our next trip. Okay, nice. 2 shinies in 90 seconds. Unbelievable. Unfortunately, this sends out some weird chemical response in my brain, forcing me to gamble even more. One more shiny, come on. Okay, 1 more shot. Okay, this is the one. That's the 000. A few minutes later, I'm back to my senses though, which spells bad news for Shock here. So these guys have a lot of defense, but they don't have any strength either, so our kicks are probably gonna come in handy here. So let's just use these once they start pushing. Nice, okay. Kicking is actually really strong. This is scary though. That's a lot of strength. Kicking might not be viable here. I think kicking is better the more defense they have, because we can push them normally. We might just fare better using shared defenses. Desperate kick, okay, almost. I think we can just win here. Yeah, we win. Nice. Goodbye, John. After we absolutely mogged Nia on August 27th, Jobin immediately moggs us right back on August 28th. But I don't think Jobin is prepared for what's about to come next. Jump his ass live, Snef. More kicks. I think we can afford to go for sheep kicks here early. Then just Beetle's kick here. Desperate kick. Okay, that was a bad debuff. Even more sheep kicks, come on. -4 energy cost. 0 energy anger kick. Kick, more kicks. Kick. Sheep, even sheeper kicks. Okay, now we have to take this a bit more seriously, I think. So strong kick. Strong kick. More kicks. Strong kick. I really want an overcharged kick here, if we can get it. You can buff yourselves as many times as you want to. It's not gonna matter. I don't push them at all anymore, we have so many debuffs. Come on. I just want to see the fucking overcharged kick, man. We only have strong kicks, dude. I mean, I guess angry kick is pretty much an overcharged kick at this point. Oh, it only adds strong kick cards to our deck. Okay, so we can't even get it. That's why we have so many strong kicks. So that went on for at least like 3 or 4 minutes. August 29th, 3 more battles remain. And in true Devil May Cry fashion, we now have a boss rush on our hands. First up is Ivy again. That's not good. Let's see how it goes. It's not gonna go as well as the last battle did, let me tell you that much. Because we're gonna get fucking rocked here. Luckily for us though, her desperate kick just barely misses the knockout, allowing us to use our relatively high strength to put her in range of a strong kick. Okay, nice. That looked a lot scarier than it actually was. Satoshi, on the other hand, sports a team with a bit more of a balanced stat profile, meaning we can't reliably push them as much as we did before, which makes itself very apparent. Let's just say that much. That's a bit scary. I'm gonna be a bit greedy here. Okay, that did not pay off. I think that's just a bit unlucky. Okay, so knockback immunity, that could be an issue. Okay, maybe a knockback strategy is not the way to go here, but I guess we'll see. So we just go for shadow defenses then. And then we go for a Beetle's kick. Not knocked out yet. We can go for even cheaper kicks here, I think. Because now we are completely on the roll here. We're rolling. Let's use strong kick, angry kick, strong kick. Yes! After somehow managing to survive like 20 close calls in a row, we finally managed to get the ball rolling, dishing out 0 energy kicks like there's no tomorrow, putting Satoshi in the dirt one last time. This means we only have one obstacle left to clear, before we can say we beat the prestigious Challenger Challenge. And this is none other than our arch nemesis Midori. There's no wonder how she made it this far in the tournament, as she's also using a kick build. Her team's stats are also very scary. Mainly that high energy stat, as it allows them to potentially ramp up their sheep kicks cards a lot faster than we can. But I'm gonna cope a bit here, and say that our pool of cards is a bit less diluted, maybe making it easier to pull the cards we want? Okay, maybe not, but at least a man can dream. A strong kick, and another desperate kick, and an angry kick, more kicks. Okay, now we're on the ball. Now we're on a roll here. I thought they didn't get fucking +9 strength. That's another thing to keep in mind about Midori's team. Kicks are not the only thing they have going for them. They also have both Beetle Army and Beetle Fortress. To be fair though, Beetle Fortress is not that big of a deal, but Beetle Army is pretty much an insta-kill, just as it was for us way back when. Oh, how the tables turn. Okay, so we got cheaper kicks right off the bat this time. And this combo, which is nice. And a Beetle's kick, more kicks. That's a bit unlucky. I don't think this is impossible. We just need to have really good luck, and they need to have really bad luck. So this one is probably not gonna work, because this is just gonna roll us. Yeah, that fucking destroyed us. I'm not sure how we're gonna win this one if it's not using this strategy. Okay, they completely waste that one. Or not really. I guess I misread that a bit. That thing is really fucking scary. Come on. Just let me get a few sheep kicks in. Okay, so this is good. This is looking kinda good. Come on. Okay, so they have Beetle's army now. We have to save our kicks for now. Come on. This Shadow Defenses card is really fucking bad for us. Oh, so close. Fuck that Shadow Defenses, dude. Holy shit, that fucked us over so much. We had 2 cards we couldn't use. Like I explained here, the table has turned for our beloved Shadow Defenses as well, as it mainly serves to clog up our hand now, occasionally forcing us to spend 5 energy for basically no benefit of our own. Oh look, it just killed us again. This thing, so early. And again. If we weren't going for a kick build, this wouldn't have mattered too much, but right now it kinda sucks. Don't like that card. Other than that, this looks kind of alright. Let's get rid of this one. So to use that now, we have to store a bunch of energy here. That's good. That's bad. Okay, it's fine. It's salvageable. Okay, so we do this. Now we're rolling. Now we're on the fucking board. Another sheep kicks. Can we get it? Nice. Now we're fucking cooking. Yes! Okay. We could actually do it. Holy shit. It looked grim there for a second. But just as I thought, so long as we had good luck, it was actually possible. And it's also really nice we got to keep Frederick for that one. He was with us all the way from the start to the end. After a lot of pain and a lot of bug catching, the score is finally settled. You can beat Kabuto Park, always using fewer bugs than your opponent. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it, even though it was a break from our usual Devil May Cry antics. Now that I think about it, this game is probably the polar opposite of DMC. But don't worry, Devil May Cry is not going anywhere. Also, if this game looks interesting to you in any way, I really recommend picking it up. It's only like $3 on Steam or something like that, which is very cheap for what you're getting here, in my opinion. So show them some love if you want to. That's all I had. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.